All right.
If I begin my attack from that point, I feel as though...
Wait, wrong audio.
If they're speaking an independent sentence. That makes sense? So it should be a command hidden within it. And then we get into like ambiguities. So let's dive into ambiguities and then gestures and how gestures can play into this. So give me something you would want someone to feel like. Let's go into connection, okay? So give me any random scenario and I will show you how we can inject language into that scenario using this phrase of feeling connected.
Go to Starbucks and order with your barista.
Yeah. Okay. And what are we talking about? Give me any topic, and I'll show you how easy it is to weave into anything just on the fly.
Like what new coffee they have at Starbucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing my time is limited with this barista. So the first thing is I want to establish her focus. So I'm going to do one small thing, and I'm going to say something like, it's absolutely fascinating. And very covertly, I'm pointing at myself as I'm saying the word fascinating to start off the sentence, to try to associate myself with the word fascinating so I can just buy myself a tiny bit more focus so that she'll bite onto the next sentence. So when time is super limited, it's a lot more difficult. But we're at Starbucks, we're talking about is it coffees that you said? All the coffees? Yeah. So there's so many coffees here to choose from. And I remember watching this documentary about these coffee makers, and it is incredible how much they take care of each other. It's a rare moment when somebody can feel completely connected to another person. So did you hear that piece? Feel completely connected. And if you cut the audio out of what I just said, it sounds like I'm saying an independent sentence. On top of that, my hand, as I was saying the word feel completely connected, was going back and forth between you and I. This makes sense so far?
Yeah, I want to comment that it feels very hypnotic. And I've noticed that about your speech this whole time. And I know you're trained in hypnotism, but spending time with Marcel, it's just, I'm picking up on I'm getting into trance just listening to you speak.
Yeah.
Have people commented about that?
And stuff like that.
Yeah, yes, but most of the time it's people who've listened to these MP3s that I have. They're for free to make your confidence better, to increase your mental well-being and all of that kind of stuff. So they're like going to sleep every night listening to my voice, doing like very overt hypnosis, like to get them to sleep. And then I've noticed they come to like a training session or something with me in person. I've got a little mic on, there's speakers in the room, and I'll say just the word like sleep.
Yeah, I've almost felt it on that. I was hoping that you wouldn't do it.
And like my first time I ever did it, there was a guy who'd been listening to me for like 9 months straight every time he went to bed. And I said that S word, and he just fell out of his chair. So I had to be really careful. So let's add on to this technique a little bit.
Some magic tape shit.
So whatever we're talking about, we can talk about picking out carpet and how someone can feel completely connected. And I could be talking about an electrician coming to my house and fixing wires. And it's amazing when that connection finally happens, when he's putting these wires together. But I'm saying the words independently, and I'm saying them with this back and forth gesture as I'm talking about connection. But now I want to hide the sentence, feel completely connected now with me. And I'm going to disguise that in speech. Have you ever heard this before?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty bizarre. But I'm going to be ambiguous about where the period is and where the comma is in these sentences. So in essence, I'm going to say the sentence like feel completely connected, period. Now with me, when I start exploring things, but I'm going to tie those together. So give me another topic and I'll roll with it. Random
toothbrush.
Okay. I always use my toothbrush, because I remember this dentist I had when I was a kid. He was the only guy that really genuinely cared about me. He was the most kind person that I ever met. And it's so rare when you can feel completely connected. Now, with me, the way I see it is we develop relationships differently, especially as kids. And then I'll just roll off on another sentence. But if you clipped out what I said, feel completely connected now with me. And I isolated that in my speech. Makes sense so far? There was a thing back in the 90s where
Hold up.
these guys would kind of come up with a lot of these ambiguities and stuff. And they are powerful,
Ambiguities.
but they become powerful not because someone uses them in isolation. You're not going to just say, you're not going to sneak the phrase, buy this Bugatti, like into a paragraph, and somebody's magically going to go spend a
What
bazillion
color's your
dollars on a car.
Bugatti, dog?
They have to be paired with confidence,
G.
authority, and leadership, and a true belief in what you're saying and self-esteem and all of that. If you use all these language techniques and you have crippling self-doubt and all of this stuff, you have to work on that other stuff first. A lot of people get wrapped around these little language techniques because it gives you a placebo. It's like, oh, I know a trick now. But they're not that effective unless you're using them in a really, I would say, a really confident way. So to expand on the language aspect of this, so confidence is probably one of those things that's such a critical element. And if we could dip into confidence really quick, the number one
Dip
mistake
into
in my
confidence.
lifetime, training these CEOs, the intelligence folks, all of these people to develop confidence, it has nothing to do with your standing over anyone else. It has nothing to do with other people. The moment that you make it about how it deals with other people, it's not confidence anymore. It's hierarchy. And those are two different things. So people think about confidence and it's like, oh, I have to be more than other people. The biggest mistake is comparing me to other people. And that's what I call hierarchical thinking. And the people make these mistakes because they view themselves as, well, if I'm confident, I need to be above this person. Or they're scanning the room to see who's in charge, who's subordinate. And what's truly powerful about this, and this sounds like it's like a hippie bumper sticker, but are you willing to get to a point where you treat everybody the same? You go to meet a business billionaire for a sales pitch, or you're talking to your Uber driver and you're the exact same. You have the same level of confidence because you're never thinking in hierarchy and status. And as Americans, especially living in the West, we are programmed to see hierarchy and status. And the two main goals of advertising, number one is to make you compare yourself to other people. Number two is to make you think, I am not enough. So get that statement into your head, the identity statement of, I am not enough. So we get programmed from such a young age with these commercials and advertising, and now
So
it's
don't be
social media.
programmed
It's
to-
insane.
Compare to other people.
If you kind of back your way out of that hierarchical thinking and comparing yourself to other people, you have the most transformative experience when it comes to confidence, because confidence has nothing to do with anyone else. It's not about anybody else. It's about me. It's about, do I have confidence in this situation? And the fastest way that I've ever seen to develop confidence, and I have a free hypnosis on our website you can download, you can listen to it every night. I have thousands of testimonials that has changed people's lives. But the fastest way to develop confidence is to develop a comfort with the possibility of social injury. And that's just, am I willing to be embarrassed? Am I willing to say something that's on my mind that might cause some judgment? Someone's going to judge me. So that fear of judgment is also kind of hierarchical thinking. Like they're going to judge me, which will put me down. So if your confidence is coming from how your environment is, then you're going to always need something which is not confidence at all. So when we're talking about confidence, it's self-confidence, not environment confidence, not Jack confidence. Jack doesn't help me to feel confident. But we become no longer dependent on the environment or who we're around or what happened. We just become comfortable with that injury. And the second element is I developed this mindset, this worldview of things are generally going to work out fine. Things are probably going to be okay.
Everything is going to be okay.
If my genuine belief is,
We all gonna make it.
and not just a thought that I have, not like a Post-it note I put on my bathroom mirror and read as an affirmation every day, but I developed this hardcore internal belief that things will work out pretty much okay. Number two is this fundamental worldview shift of I'm okay to receiving social injury. And I'm never using hierarchy and status to look at the world ever again. It is such a drastic change, and it's exhausting living in the other reality where I'm deeply concerned with the environment, and I need things
I'm never looking at hierarchy and status in the world ever again.
to be perfect for me to feel confident or to feel okay with talking or saying something that's on my mind or being vulnerable around another person.
So does confidence come from competence?
I don't think so at all. If you watch, what is that movie? Catch Me If You Can.
But I think Myron was saying that. I think Myron said something like Myron says something along those lines. Myron said something along those lines. Fucking. Myron Gaines, though. I can't remember, but what.
Well, I want to say this real quick too, to add to that. Here's the litmus test, guys. Front end pleasure almost always has back end pain, but front end pain almost always has back end pleasure. Okay? Because the thing is that, right, you want to go to the party, you want to, you want to go to the club, you want to drink, right? That's front end fun. Woo, yeah. Out here partying and doing all this other shit, especially when you didn't earn it, right? It's fun at first, then you got to wake up the next day with a hangover. Then you got to realize, you got to deal with like, an annoying girl that you didn't even really like that. You feel like shit. You spend a bunch of money. Upfront pleasure almost always leads to back end pain. But on the other hand, front end pain, going to the gym, being disciplined, doing things that you don't want to do when you don't feel like it, but doing it regardless of how you feel, that almost always leads to back end pleasure. And that's what's most important. You go to the gym, it's a gift box. It's wrapped in pain. It sucks. Oh man, I'm in the gym again. Damn it. Doing, I'm taking sets to damn near failure. I'm eating this boring ass food. I'm eating, counting my calories. This is really boring and it sucks and it's monotonous. But guess what? That front end pain, right? The gift box is wrapped in pain. But if you can, bear through, dealing with the pain of maybe you get pricked with a thorn here or there, but you open it up, it's that back end pleasure. Now you have confidence. Now you have a good physique. You got health. You feel good. That's the most important thing. You're able to look at the man in the mirror and be...
So I guess it's part of it, confidence, true, like being disciplined.
Impressed and be happy with what you see back. I need all y'all guys. Real talk, man. You guys want to see the real litmus test if you're living a good life? After this show, I want each and every one of y'all to go to the fucking bathroom and look at the man in the mirror. Are you happy with what you see? Take your fucking
Fat as fuck, dog.
shirt off. Okay, pause.
Fat as fuck.
And look at the man in the mirror. Are you happy with what you see? I'm willing to bet 90+% of y'all are not going to be happy with what you see.
Damn.
Guess what? You got some fucking work to do. A lot of y'all are probably fat, slobby, shitty ass body, shitty ass physique,
Damn.
skinny maybe, acne all over your face or on your body, whatever. You got some fucking work to do. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to understand.
Remember how a quote on like something leads to something, and you get competence, and competence leads to this is it. Competence leads to confidence. So I guess that's where like but I can make this a part two.